It's day 4 in the feeding clinic for Supersize cakeaholic Danni and Superskinny Vicki, who never finishes a meal. Vicki's been struggling with Danni's sugar and fat-laden diet, and this morning's breakfast is more of the same: toast with peanut butter and cake to follow. While Danni's having what looks like a fry-up.
Feeling about half a pork burger, half a black pudding, have the potato scone and the yolk of the egg. I wouldn't eat the white.
To be honest, I'm not surprised. I'm not really thinking about my meal. I'm absolutely, completely gobsmacked about the amount of food that you're faced with.
More cake.
And seeing it like that is sickening, actually.
Yeah, that's how I feel looking at it. Okay, we better get started.
Yeah. I'm not sure about black pudding.
Just depends what kind of black pudding you get. You notice I'm not even thinking about the crust at all.
That's absolutely brilliant, really good.
Well, there's a little bit of progress there from Vicki, but it's not so easy for Danni.
Is this really difficult, seeing this?
It's actually probably the most difficult thing. I'm just so appalled at myself, ashamed. I'm really sorry I've had to put you through that.
It's me.
You've done really well, actually.
Danni is finally coming to terms with her out-of-control eating habits, and Dr. Christian wants to reinforce this realisation with a personal message from America.
My name is Angel Austin. I'm from Austin, Texas. I'm 36 years old, and I weigh 36 stone. Getting to the size that I am now is probably be attributed to poor eating habits. I've been ridiculed, because of being obese. People can be really cruel. And the one thing that made me feel better was eating. I would go and hide and eat. And that's what I've always done. I have a chair that I roll around the house because it's to use wherever I can't stand. A lot of the cleaning, the mopping of the floors. My husband, I have to depend on him to do that. It makes me feel like an inadequate wife. Because I'm super morbidly obese, it's very difficult to maintain cleanliness. I can't really clean all the way through thoroughly. I tend to sweat more because I have a lot of skin folds, and bacteria tends to grow under there no matter how much I wash. And so I tend to itch and have a smell. So I have to use antifungal creams under my belly, under my breast, behind my knees, sometimes even under my arms. I became pregnant in 2000 and ended up losing the baby at 5 months. The doctor attributed to my obesity. I felt like essentially I killed my child because I was out of control. I'm most afraid of not waking up, of leaving my husband a widower, of devastating my family. Danni, the most important thing I can tell you is that you must make your health, your life, your quality of life the most important priority. Because if you don't do that now, you won't be alive to enjoy your kids or your husband. It's not a bad thing to love who you are and make better choices for you.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm shocked and a bit scared. No disrespect to her, but I don't want to end up like that.
Doesn't want you to end up like her either. So.
No.
What scared you?
I've seen snippets of her life that have started already to creep into my own, like being uncomfortable in your own skin, in your own clothes. Obviously, if I get bigger, it's just going to get worse and worse.
There was that whole, when I'm unhappy, I secretly eat, she said right at the beginning, which I thought,
Yeah, I found myself nodding in agreement. I guess I'm glad that I'm facing up to that now, and I'm hoping that it won't, continue on, and that I won't find myself in her position in the future.
Okay, well, I'm quite glad you said that.
Yeah.
Because I've got something else to tell you.
Okay.
And that is that I'm going to be flying you out back to Texas to go and meet her.
Oh my gosh.
So that you damn well make sure that you don't let her down in the future. All right?
Okay, yes, okay, yeah, I will take that challenge. I haven't been back to Texas for a while, and going back there is going to probably bring back a lot of old memories, seeing the struggles that she goes through and having it in the environment where, you know, I went through similar problems as a kid. It's going to be difficult, I think, emotional.
After that shock, it's back to the diet swap for Danni, and just time to prepare a mid-morning snack for Superskinny Vicki of a ham roll and more cake.
If I'm honest, I'm a bit gutted that I'm doing it because it feels like a form of torture for Vicki upstairs. I've got a bit of a snack for you. My sort of mid-morning 11s.
Okay. More cakes.
Yeah, afraid so.
I don't snack between meals. I think the mid-morning snack seems to be like a new invention of Danni's, or maybe of oversized people, but I've never ever heard of a mid-morning snack. Half a roll's quite enough after what I've already ate. I feel really full.
Vicki would like to have a baby in the future, so her repetitive diet and her tendency to never finish a meal really needs to change. For the rest of the swap, I want her to focus on increasing her portion size because that will help her put on some weight and then make a pregnancy much more likely.
To reinforce this to Vicki, Dr. Christian has created a special gallery to highlight the potential dangers of her super skinny diet.
So this first picture here, well, you talk me through it. What do you see?
This is pigmentation in the skin, which I think I've already got. I've got like a circle on my cheek, which is white.
It's called vitiligo. And it's a condition where basically your body attacks its own melanin-producing cells. And so you start to lose these areas.
Vitiligo can be caused by a lack of iodine, which Vicki's limited diet has left her deficient in. This could also put her at risk of developing thyroid problems. To increase her iodine, she needs to be eating seafood, root vegetables and dairy food.
Often where the pigment-producing cells have been completely destroyed, it doesn't come back again. You look a bit horrified.
I'm not horrified, I really am. I don't want to end up like that.
So the next one here, this is something called a stoma. If you have a bowel condition that's so bad, it means we have to remove a portion of your bowel. Sometimes we can't just stitch you all back up again and things work. We have to bring the end of the bowel that's still there out through your abdominal wall. And that's essentially where you pass your feces through. This is a life-saving operation, but in many cases it's avoidable. So something as significant as just getting enough fibre in your diet, eating more roughage, can prevent something like that. It's pretty full on, isn't it?
Yep, definitely.
OK, so come and have a look at this one. What is going on there?
Nails very flat.
Have a look at your nails. What shape are they?
They're rounded.
So this is something called koilonychia, or spoon-shaped nails, and it is a result of having iron deficiency.
My toenails. I've got a couple like that. OK,
so there's already possibly a couple of signs that things might be not so great. The other thing is you want to get pregnant, and so your iron requirements are going to suddenly dramatically increase if you do get pregnant, which I hope you do, and therefore it's vital that you've got enough on board to help a baby develop properly as well.
I'm really, really shocked. I didn't think that I could ever be doing that much damage to myself, so I really need to go home and readdress and put all the things into my diet that I should be having.
This has been quite a shock for Vicki and something of a wake-up call. It's the final evening in the feeding clinic, but there's the small matter of making dinner, as Vicki will be having one of Danni's homemade pizzas.
Kind of the size of your dinner plate, not my dinner plate. And my favourite fillings are mushroom, peppers, and I really like pepperoni. A bit more cheese first. Kind of fold it over and make sure that you've kind of sealed it up.
Looks good.
That was easy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Danni's dinner will be a spaghetti bolognese ready meal with 1 piece of garlic bread.
You've just put a whole loaf of garlic bread back in the oven.
Yeah, because my boyfriend would eat the rest of that, and I usually only have 1 or a couple of slices.
Well, Danni doesn't share her pizza, so Vicki will be having the whole thing, along with half a plate of oven chips and a bowl of ice cream for Pud. For the first time this week, Danni's allowed to eat the whole meal, although it's still a small portion.
I think at this point, it'd be the only time I would encourage you to leave the crust. I tend to leave the crust sometimes.
OK.
Over dinner, Vicki has a realisation about how the diet swap has changed her.
Definitely will be finishing my meals and need to learn how to snack more, and just definitely I think that both of us need to eat a lot more fruit and veg, which is something that we don't do.
And one of the things that you said to me that really, really has hit home about my secret eating and the choices of food that I do eat at the times that I do that is that it's meant to be shared, and that is really important.
Yeah.
Really important, and I thank you for that.
Hopefully it's going to help when you get home. I'm done.
You've eaten most of the good bit anyway. I mean, if you don't eat chips, you don't eat chips, no big deal. But
I've had all the inside. It's really nice. Thanks very much.
As Danni and Vicki reach the end of their stay in the feeding clinic, they'll be heading home with individual healthy eating plans.
The new me is somebody who isn't constantly preoccupied with food. I'm going to use food to nourish myself, but not to be my friend. I'm just going to have a lot healthier relationship with food.
Take care.
Yep, definitely. Good luck with everything.
Yes.
See you later.
I've definitely got a different attitude towards food, and I appreciate it a lot more after what I've been given this week, so I'm looking forward to just finishing meals and definitely won't be leaving any crust anymore.